It happened on the 13th of March 2021 in the Canarsie neighborhood, Brooklyn. Brian left home in an attempt to take a walk with a group of friends. It was early on that Saturday morning and they were only about 3 blocks away from Brian's home when a silver sedan pulled up and a man jumped out the back of the car and opened fire on Brian and his friends. There were other people on the streets, of course. It was not too early on a Saturday morning. It was around past 10 in the morning when the shooting occurred. A 20-year-old friend of Brian was shot in the face, while the other friend, who's 19 years old, was grazed in both legs. There were other bystanders who were grazed with bullets in the scene as well. But of everybody touched with bullets, only 17 years old Brian Sannon was shot in the chest, collapsed, and died.
Brooklyn is known to be a battlefield for gang wars between the Woos and the Chews. Those who reside there know how this war has affected the innocent residents of Brooklyn. Woos consist of different Bloods and Crips, set to which Pop Smoke allegedly belonged to, while the Chews are made up of Bloods, Crips, and the Gangsta Disciples. Brian was from the Floss, which is a name given to the youths that resided in Canarsie for their flossy lifestyle. He was popularly known as Beat-Out Flossie, was one of the Woos, and cried GDK. Now you know that Brian was a gang member, and that is making the picture of this whole thing get clear. So this is probably another issue of gang wars between the Woos and the Chews. This said war has taken the lives of several people, like the wars of its kind, but before we talk about this war, let's talk about the famous rapper that brought us here. Coach Bermudez, popularly known as Coach the Ghost, is one of the known rappers in New York, well popular in the drill scene, but also has a criminal history attached to his fame. Before he got into music, Coach had some fame in the streets for his gang activities, and has some records with the police. In 2012, on January 17th, to be precise, the NYPD made over 30 arrests, and 2 days later the number increased to 43, and Culture would be one of the 43 names in the Brooklyn indictment, stemming from a gang war between 2 gangs called the Wave Gangs and the Hood Stars. The 2 groups are otherwise known as Woos and Chews. The arrested members of these groups were young, with the oldest being 21 years old, while the youngest being 15 years old. As at the time of the arrest, the gangs were responsible for 6 murders, 32 shootings, 32 robberies, and all that happened within the space of 2 years. After the arrest, 35 guns were recovered from them kids. How crazy. The then 16 years old Coach the Ghost was the alleged leader of the Hood Stars gang, and was then charged with 6 counts of conspiracy and second-degree murder.
According to NBC, while a 21-year-old man was visiting the Brownsville area of Brooklyn, and was asked by a Wave member if he was chewing. When he did not understand, he was shot in the face. Residents lived in fears of the gang, said authorities, because they would target rivals in public places. Wave gang members often robbed 13 and 14-year-olds by threatening to steal their bikes and electronics to intimidate them into joining their gang. The gangs had a long-standing feud over territory, leading to wanton and reckless behavior where kids would shoot each other because they were in the wrong gang or on the wrong street or in front of the wrong building. Coach the Ghost was said to have given orders to attack or assassinate rival gang members, which led to a bystander getting shot in the head and a 9-year-old boy being wounded with his father. All of these got out and cleared that he was the one giving them crazy orders, and there are some that he did all by himself since he didn't have to wait for anyone's orders as the gang leader. On the 27th of June 2011, Coach shot at a 16-year-old rival gang member called Span in his arm at the Marcus Garvey houses in Brownsville. And the next day, the rival gang member's best friend, named Isaiah Tyler, was gunned off of a bike and left with 3 holes in his body. The boy survived that attack, but later succumbed to his injuries 4 months later, on the 30th of October precisely. Within 24 hours of his death, the Wave gang members already looked for a chance to retaliate, and they finally got it. They saw a 16-year-old Hood Stars member named Hakeem Gravenhise and shot him several times in his chest right in front of his mother. What can be as painful as a parent seeing her child die before her? But as you know, these guys don't care who gets hurt, they just want to see their rivals sad. By 2017, he was released on parole until 2022. But at some point, he committed a parole violation before going on the run. Normally, Coach the Ghost doesn't look like one to stay in a place and be calm. He doesn't look like he can be like that. He had to let off his shackles and be outside free. By 2020, he had already dropped several music videos on YouTube, getting an impressive number of views. He started gaining the attention of record labels and big artists, and eventually got signed to Gucci Mane's record label 1017. But you know, he was on the run. He couldn't perform at shows, and that's not good for 1017 Records, so he eventually got dropped from the label. That was about Coach the Ghost's lifestyle before he became famous, and after he became famous, it doesn't seem like he left that lifestyle behind him, because this year he got arrested in connection to a shooting again. This year, a 26-year-old Philadelphia man was arrested on a New York warrant for murder, attempted murder, and assault. On top of that, on the 4th of December 2021, just as the year is coming to an end, Coach Bermudez, known as Coach the Ghost, was taken into custody in Georgia on a murder warrant by NYPD detectives. Both Coach and the other 26-year-old man arrested are said to be responsible for the death of 17-year-old Brian Sannon, who was killed on the sidewalk. After the shooting occurred, Coach posted on Facebook the Jew hand sign with a skull and no caption at all, talking about the bodies he caught are the ones he's about to catch. At a point in 2020, he released a song titled Hit List and threatened a fellow Brooklyn rapper, Fivio Foreign, in the song. He rapped, "Now let's take a trip to the foreign side. Let me know if you run into Fivio, let me know. Grab the shits with the sticks, yeah, it's time to roll, it's time. He a goofy, I promise I'm just being honest. I got it, you spot him, then I'ma blow, bow." There's been a beef between Fivio and the Ghost for a while, if not for any reason but for the fact that Pop Smoke was a woo and the Ghost is a Jew. The Ghost can't be on good terms with Pop Smoke during and after his lifetime because of the difference in their gang. It's not clear if Fivio was in the same gang as Pop Smoke, but the two were good friends when Pop was alive. Fivio also spoke about Pop in an interview when asked about their relationship. He said, "Pop Smoke was like a real demon, but he was like a loving demon, right? Cause he's a Cancer. One time we had an argument. He was mad at me and then I realized it, but I didn't realize it now because I understood Cancers more. He was like, yo, I always show you love. I love you. I fuck with you. I've been shouting you out in all the interviews, but you don't ever be showing me no love." This shows the kind of friendship they had and why Fivio would not stay back and watch the Ghost diss his friend, dead or alive. In another song he titled Shine Freestyle, he talked about how fame was never finna stop him from doing what he does. He raps, "You think this time is gonna stop me from catching a body? I'm still catching withdrawals from my last body. Let's pay attention, the show is on. If I catch a knob, I'ma let the Glock pop till his shoulder gone." Also in the song Hit List, he talked about dropping a lot of bodies. He raps, "If I shot and I missed, I apologize. I done traumatized a lot of guys. We done made a lot of mamas cry. I know one day that I gotta die. I'm the first one to shoot when it's time to ride. Your man's dead, you ain't trying to slide." I know sometimes we can't judge a person by the lyrics, but hey, the Ghost has been found doing what he says he does in his music. So we're basically left with no choice but to just believe that he's like that and wait for the investigators to do their job.
It's to the dirty.